This is why it's very important to go through therapy. My mother started smoking crack in around 1985. I had been in the Navy 2 years. I served 32 years. In 32 years, I received one letter from my mother. I was upset with my mother my entire naval career. There were 3 white women that I had to see: psychotherapist, psychiatrist, and a psychiatrist. It took those 3 white women a year to help me rewire my brain, specifically my anger towards my mother. In therapy, you're going to learn a lot, you're going to do a lot. In therapy, you're going to be challenged. That's why a lot of people don't want to go. I sat on the couch, drank water, used a box of tissue, swallowed a lot, cried a lot, went in there smelling like cigarettes, cigars, chicken grease. Yeah. Therapy, we talk about it, we use the word loosely, but therapy is where I reconnected with my mother. And therapy is where I was able to start understanding women more, because I lost that connection from my mother. When I was 11, I was sent to live with Irene, who was a bartender like my mom, my mother's friend. I didn't know her, but I was going through a lot of transitions then, right? And I was attracted to older women, and I was attracted to Irene. I was 11. Irene was probably 40. That comes from my addiction to porn, my addiction to older women, having sex at a young age, being molested, all of these things. And so I lost my way from understanding women. I was hurt by women a lot, and so I began to want to hurt women a lot as I got older. In therapy is where it all changed for me. In therapy is where it all broke loose. That's why I highly recommend you men, Black, white, Asian, Latin, go to therapy, because you can reconnect with your mom. Because for years, you too are blaming your mother for everything. I gave my father all of the credit. I was wrong. I learned how to swim because of my mother. I played baseball because of my mother. I played football because of my mother. I was a Cub Scout because of my mother. My mother was my first den mother. I learned the Scout's honor because of my mother. I had my first job because of my mother. I got my smile because of my mother. I learned how to understand personalities because of my mother. I told my therapist that my mother was a bartender, and I was embarrassed because my friends laughed at me because my mother was a bartender. My therapist told me, well, your mother understood people's personality. Your mother could multitask as a bartender, and you can multitask too, Mr. Walker. And you understand people's personalities too, Mr. Walker. You even understand your own personality, don't you? Yes, ma'am. Those 3 white women, not saying that black women couldn't do it, but because they have. Black women are the reason why I'm making these videos. Black women are the reason why I'm around now helping other people. But the white women were the psychiatrists and psychotherapists that allowed me to rewire my brain and open up and understand why I was mad with my mother, why I was mad with my babysitter, why I was mad with my cousins, and why I gave my dad all the credit. Yeah, my father got me and my sister, got custody of me and my sister and I when we went to court. My mother didn't show up. Yeah, my father was at my high school graduation, and my mother didn't show up. My mother didn't want me to join the Navy, but she finally signed the papers. 32 years I was upset with my mother, and for 32 years, I was wrong. I was wrong. My mother's the reason why I was very successful in the Navy. My mother's the reason why I'm able to talk now about my indiscretions, about my personality disorder. My mother's the reason why I was able to serve 32 years in the military. My mother is the reason why I was a hard worker. My mother gave me my first job and instituted work ethic. My dad did a lot. This is about my mother now. So if you having problems with your mother in the past, if you having problems with your mother now, my brother, start therapy. Therapy is not just to, reconnect or, learn how to love and care. It is. It's about learning how to love, care, forgive, apologize. But it's also how to reconnect with a mother that you didn't think you had. And she was there the whole time. She is in you now. I reconnect with my mother and allow me to reconnect with the women from my past and my present. All right, you have a great day.